morning. Oh, hey, Lee. Good morning. So, if you haven't already, go ahead and grab a mat or a comfortable place on your floor. Maybe some water, maybe a sip of coffee before we get started. And just start to get comfortable. So, I'll invite you to start seated, but if you feel more comfortable this morning starting on your back, go ahead. If easy pose in this cross-legged position is uncomfortable for you, maybe you try hero's pose on your knees. Or again, maybe you just lay down. Maybe it's that kind of morning for you. Wherever you are, go ahead and place your hands somewhere that feels comfortable. And good morning, Amanda. We're just starting seated, so go ahead and, if that's comfortable for you, go ahead and find a comfortable seat. Maybe place your hands on your knees. And maybe close down your eyes if that feels comfortable this morning. And just feel your spine start to lengthen, maybe even rocking side to side a little bit. Just feeling yourself get really tall here. Feeling your shoulders fall over your hips. And just take a breath in, filling up. Exhale, let it go. Another breath in here. Breathe out. And just keep breathing, noticing where in your body you feel your breath. Seeing if you can send your breath to any points that feel tense this morning. Seeing if you can relax your face, your shoulders. Noticing the sensations in your body. And keep breathing here. I'm going to read today's Daily Stoic by Ryan Holiday and Stephen Hanselman. So for the month of April, the theme for these meditations is unbiased thought. So today, April 2nd, is be wary of what you let in. So they quote Marcus Aurelius in Meditations, who says, "Drama, combat, terror, numbness, and subservience. Every day these things wipe out your sacred principles whenever your mind entertains them uncritically or lets them slip in." So the authors go on to say, how much harder is it to do the right thing when you're surrounded by people with low standards? How much harder is it to be positive and empathetic inside the negativity bubble of television chatter? How relevant. How much harder is it to focus on your own issues when you're distracted with other people's drama and conflict? We'll inevitably be exposed to these influences at some point, no matter how much we try to avoid them. But when we are, there's nothing that says we have to allow these influences to penetrate our minds. We have the ability to put our guard up and decide what we actually allow in. Uninvited guests might arrive at your home, but you don't have to ask them to stay for dinner. You don't have to let them into your mind. So just think about maybe what that means for you right now. Let's take another breath in here. Exhale, let it go. Just take another few breaths, maybe just taking that in, reflecting, maybe setting an intention for the next 20-25 minutes. And then go ahead and flutter your eyes open. Let's inhale and reach our arms up, overhead. And exhale for a seated side stretch, bringing your right arm down and your left arm up and overhead, stretching into your side body here. Thinking about dropping your shoulder away from your ear. Maybe looking up. Let's inhale back through center. Exhale, seated side stretch on the other side. Left hand down, right arm up and over, stretching through your right side body. Again, letting your your shoulder fall away from your ear. Maybe walking your fingertips out or bending through your elbow. Just playing, seeing what feels good this morning, what's accessible to you. Thinking about not popping up and really feeling grounded through your sit bones this morning. Rather than rounding, can you open up through your chest, through your collarbones? You don't need to look up if it doesn't feel good. You don't need to go far over if it doesn't feel good. In this practice, I say again because I try to mention this in all my classes, this practice, let's come on up, bring our hands through heart center, is really all about what feels best in your body in each pose and in each moment. So allow yourself to take that. I am only but a guide. All I'm saying are only suggestions. Take what feels best for you. That being said, let's move into tabletop. So come to your hands and knees, pressing through your palms, pressing through the tops of your feet, almost like you're going to lift your knees up off the mat, and feel how that engages your core here. Again, pressing through your palms to open up through your shoulder blades, open up through your heart space, and breathe in for cow. Drop your belly, lift your spine or your tailbone and your heart, opening up. And exhale for cat, dipping your tailbone, bringing your belly button to your spine and your chin to your chest. Breathe in again for cow, and breathe out for cat. Inhale, come back to center, and then exhale for spinal balance. So breathe in and bring your right arm forward and your left foot back. Growing really tall, long, wow, words this morning, guys. Really long from the top of your fingertips all the way to your back heel. And then breathe in, bring your elbow to your knee, rounding through your spine underneath your body. Inhale, spinal balance, reaching long, super strong, long line here. Breathe in, elbow to knee, or breathe out. I'm so sorry, guys. Inhale, reach it long. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale again to reach it long. And then exhale for supported side plank. So bring your right hand to the ground and then spiral out your left foot to the ground. Bringing your right heel back. Peeling your left arm towards the sky. So opening up into like a side plank, but your knees down. So inhale and reach your fingertips a little taller. And exhale, bring your arm over your head like our seated side stretch. Feeling this in your side body. Inhale, reach it tall. And exhale, overhead. Staying in the supported side plank. We'll have a chance to go a little harder later on. Breathe in, reach your fingertips a little bit taller. Exhale, reach overhead and come all the way back to a tabletop pose. Breathe in for cow, opening up. Exhale for cat. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, grounding through your right palm. And then reach your left arm forward and your right leg back for spinal balance on the other side. So flexing through your toes. I know you can't see my toes, but flexing through your toes. Lifting from your heel, feeling this in your glute. Reaching your fingertips forward, spreading them wide. And then exhale, bring your elbow to your knee, rounding through your spine. Inhale, reach it long. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach long. Exhale, elbow to knee. So strong. One more time, inhaling to reach long. And then exhale for supported side plank, bringing your left hand down. Right foot to the mat, spiraling your left foot back, and then peeling your right arm towards the sky, really opening up here. Breathe in, feel like you're reaching your fingertips even longer, stretching them out really wide. And exhale, reach your hand overhead, side body stretch here. Inhale, fingertips high. Exhale, overhead. Inhale, fingertips high. Exhale, overhead all the way back into a tabletop. Breathe in again for cow. And then exhale into downward facing dog. Hips come up and back. Heels come towards the mat. Pressing from your palms, feeling that go all the way to your hips, and then energetically feeling your breath out. Take your hips down to your heels. All of that just sinking towards the mat. Allowing your knees to bend a little. Maybe pedaling through your feet. Let's breathe in and come high on our toes. Bend your knees and walk your feet to your hands for a forward fold. Allowing your knees to bend here. Slowly roll up to mountain pose. Hands come high. And exhale, baby back bend. Open it up, bending your elbows. Inhale, fingertips high. Exhale, again, baby back bend. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, side stretch here. Right arm down, left arm up and overhead. Breathe in, reach it tall. Exhale, side stretch on the other side. Opening up here. Inhale, reach it tall. Exhale, fold it down, hands through heart center, reaching towards the mat, hinging at your hips. Inhale for a halfway lift, so bring your hands to your shins or your thighs, opening up through your heart. And then exhale, lower to a plank. So bring your hands under your shoulders, step your feet all the way back, press through your palms, press through your toes, your heels, reaching towards the back of the room, really strong through your abs, even tightening your booty cheeks here. And then let's inhale to stay here. And exhale to stay here. Feeling how strong we are this morning. Breathe in and shift it forward a little bit on your toes. And then exhale, lower all the way down, bending your elbows, letting your forehead find the mat, the tops of your feet flipping to find the mat. And then inhale for low cobra. So pressing your heart up off of the mat. Feeling this in your shoulder blades as you squeeze them together. You can always come higher, but if you feel pinching in your low back, just back off a little bit. And let's lower back down. Inhale, push up to plank. Option to come to your knees or to tabletop. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Hips come up and back. Breathe in for three-legged dog, lifting your right leg high. So lifting from your glute, raising your heel like you're about to, just like you have paint on the bottom of your foot and you're going to swipe it up the wall. Breathe in and lift it a little bit higher. And exhale, bring your right knee to your right elbow. Breathe in to stay. And then exhale, sweep it back, three-legged dog. Inhale, lift a little bit higher from your heel. And exhale, right knee to left elbow. Staying for the inhale. Lifting from your hips. See if you can lift a little bit higher. And then bring it back, three-legged dog. Breathing in, sweeping that heel up. Feeling this in your glute, your hamstrings. Exhale, step it through for a low lunge. So stepping your foot in between your hands. Checking if your knee is over your ankle. Breathing in here for a cow lunge, opening up through your heart, dipping your hips. And exhale for a cat lunge, rounding through your spine, straightening-ish through your legs. Inhale, come back to a low lunge. And then let's just peel our arm towards the sky for a twisted lunge, opening up here. Take another breath in. And a breath out, step it back to side plank. So lots of options here. You can have your feet meet on top of each other, or maybe you bring your right foot in front of your left for a little bit more stability. Or you can come down to the supported side plank we did at the beginning. Or you might even lift your top leg up. Wherever you are, inhale and think about reaching your fingertips a little bit higher. Exhale, reach them overhead. Inhale, reaching tall. Exhale, reach forward. Inhale, fingertips high. Exhale, back to a tabletop. Breathe in, open up for cow. And exhale, downward facing dog. Hips come up and back. Breathe in, three-legged dog. Right leg comes high again. Exhale, step it through, this time high crescent lunge. So just like a lunge, checking if your foot is in between your hands, your knees tracking over your ankle. Sweep your arms forward and up. Really strong through your legs here, maybe taking a wider stance, bringing your right foot out towards the edge of your mat. If you're feeling a little extra wobbly this morning, arms can come high, maybe they're at heart center, maybe they're at your hips. Let's take a big breath in. If your arms are up, reach them a little bit higher. And then exhale, bend through your back knee and open up your arms at your sides, bending your elbows. Inhale, come back up, arms reaching high. Exhale, bend your knee, lower it down. Inhale, reaching high. Exhale, lower. Inhale for a left standing knee raise. So grounding through your right heel, push up off of your left foot and bring your knee towards the sky. Option to bring your hands to heart center. Big breath here. And a breath out takes you back to high crescent lunge. Inhale, standing knee raise. Exhale, crescent lunge. Let's bring our hands to heart center. Inhale, standing knee raise. Exhale, crescent lunge, hands to heart center. One more time. Inhale, standing knee raise. And exhale, figure four. So cross your left ankle over your right thigh. Bring your hands to your heart. And just sit it back as far as feels comfortable. You can also bring your hands to the mat if you want more of a stretch and a little less balance. Maybe you find a point of focus in front of you that's not moving to help you balance here. Remembering to ground through your right heel. Inhale, bring it up, standing knee raise. Exhale for chair, stepping both feet down about hip width, maybe even farther or closer, whatever feels good for you, and sit your hips back. Arms can come forward. Maybe they come to your heart. Taking a breath in here. And exhale, fly your arms back, reaching your chest forward. Option to come to drinking bird here, coming up onto your toes. And then exhale, fold it down. Breathe in for a halfway lift. And then maybe in down dog, or go through your vinyasa of choice. So we can go into plank. Again, option to come to your knees. Inhale to shift forward. Exhale, lower halfway down for chaturanga, or all the way, bending your elbows. Inhale for up dog, flipping to the tops of your toes, or you can go into cobra like we did earlier. And then exhale for downward facing dog. Hips come up and back, heels come towards the mat. Breathe in here for a three-legged dog. Left leg lifts high. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. Breathing in, staying here. And exhale, sweep it back, three-legged dog. Inhale, lifting from your heel a little bit higher. Exhale, left knee to right elbow, twisting it up, seeing if you can lift a little higher through your hips. Engage your abs here. And then sweep it back, three-legged dog. Inhale, lift a little bit higher through your heel. Exhale, step it through low lunge. Checking where your knee's at. Maybe you need a second to adjust, totally fine. Breathe in for a cow lunge, so dipping your hips, opening up through your heart here. And exhale for a cat lunge, straightening-ish through your legs, rounding your spine over your front leg. Let's come back to our low lunge, straightening through your back leg and staying bent through the front. Grounding through your right palm, or maybe tenting your fingertips. Peel your left arm towards the sky for a twisted lunge. Opening up here through your heart. And then let's just step it back to a plank on this side. So again, maybe you take something different than you did on the other side, but you can let your feet come together. If your hips are not staying in line with the rest of you, definitely bring your left foot in front of your right. Maybe you come down to your knee, or maybe you even lift your left foot off your right. Wherever you are, think about lifting your fingertips even higher towards the ceiling. And then exhale, sweep them overhead, stretching that side body. Breathe in, reaching your fingertips tall. Exhale, reach it forward. Inhale, fingertips tall. Exhale all the way back to a tabletop. Breathing in for a cow, opening up. And exhale for downward facing dog. Hips come up and back. Take a breath in here. And exhale, sigh it out. One more of those. Breathing in. Exhale. Let it go. Inhale, three-legged dog again. Left leg lifting high. Lifting from your heel. And exhale, step it through high crescent lunge. So stepping your left foot in between your hands. Reaching your arms forward and up. Again, option to bring your hands to your heart, maybe to your hips. If your hands are high, think about lifting your fingertips a little higher, stretching more through your fingertips. Again, you can let your back knee bend a little bit. Your heel doesn't have to find the mat. I don't think mine ever will, unless that's okay. So on our exhale, let's bend our back knee and open up through our chest, bending our elbows like a goalpost. Inhale, straighten back through your right leg, coming high. Exhale, lower here. Woo. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale to lower. And then inhale for a right standing knee raise. So grounding through your left heel, pop up off of your right toes, lifting your knees high, arms reaching high, maybe to heart center, maybe even to your hips. Just take a breath here, find your stability, find your sense of calm within all the bullshit that's going on. Maybe find a point that you can focus on. Let's take another breath here, lifting a little higher through your knee. And exhale back to that high crescent lunge. Inhale, standing knee raise. Exhale, crescent lunge. Inhale, last time, standing knee raise. Then exhale, figure four, bringing your right ankle over your left thigh. Sitting back, hands at your heart. And always start to bring your hands down if you want more of a stretch and less of a balance. Or you can stay here, staying grounded in your heel, staying grounded in the fact that you are strong enough to hold this pose. If you tell yourself you are, then you are. If you tell yourself you're not, then you're not. So let's shift our perspective today. Let's inhale again, right standing knee raise. And exhale for chair, bringing that foot down and your hips sink back. Option to bring your hands to your heart here. Strong through your glutes, weight in your heels, maybe wiggling your toes. Inhale, maybe reaching your hands high. Exhale, fly your arms back. We're almost done, guys. Option to come into drinking bird, coming up on your toes here. And then exhale, fold it down. Inhale, halfway lift. And then option to just meet me in down dog or go through your vinyasa of choice. Last one of the morning with me. Once you're in down dog, let's take a big breath in. And exhale. Let it go. Let's just come down to our knees in hero's pose. And then let's just take a minute here to find our breath. So maybe close down your eyes for a sec. We'll do like 2 more stretches before our Savasana, but just want to catch our breath here and check in with yourself. So maybe close your eyes. Maybe straighten a little through your spine. Check in with yourself. How are you feeling right now? Let's go ahead and make our way to either your butt or your back. We'll come into a figure 4 stretch. So if you're seated, you can just plant your left foot on the ground and then cross your right ankle over your left thigh. You can also do this on your back. If you're on your back and you want a deeper stretch, you can interlace your fingers behind your thigh, the other thigh, pulling it closer towards you. Just stretching through the right side of your lower body. And then let's just switch sides. Crossing your other ankle over your thigh. Maybe pulling closer towards you for a deeper stretch, or maybe pushing your knee away from you. Maybe just staying here. Maybe staying here. Or if you really want to get into it, you can let your hips fall off to one side or the other. And let's bring our knees into our chest, giving ourselves a little hug. And then inhale and extend your legs for legs up the wall. Maybe holding the backs of your hamstrings, pointing and flexing your toes. Let's bring our knees in one more time. And then if there's any other poses, stretches, shapes that you want to take before your Shavasana, please go ahead. And if not, you can make your way into your Shavasana, so you can come into your legs long, your arms out to your side. Maybe you put your hands on your body somewhere. I like to put one hand on my belly and one on my heart. If your low back is sore or tight this morning, you can go ahead and bend your knees, let the soles of your feet find the mat, and maybe even knock your knees together. Or you can bring the soles of your feet together and your knees out wide for a reclining butterfly if you want more of a hip stretch. If you have blocks, this is a good one. You could put your blocks under your knees so it's not so intense. So take whatever feels good for you right now and just allow yourself to relax into this space. To stay here, of course, however you would like, however long you would like. But if you're ready, go ahead and start to introduce some movement back into your body. Maybe fluttering your eyes open, reaching your arms overhead. If your knees are out wide like mine, you can gently bring them back together. Maybe pull your knees into your chest. Go ahead and roll off to one side. And then you can push your way up into a seat. You can allow yourself to stay resting as long as you would like. That's the beauty of these home practices, is you can lay on the ground all day if you want to, if you have the time. But if you're meeting me in a seat, oh, good morning. Good morning. If you're meeting me in a seat, let's finish up with one more breath together. So inhale, sweep your arms high overhead. And exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Thank you so much for taking this time this morning for yourself, for hopping on here with me. It makes me feel a little bit more connected, flowing through this practice, which I really appreciate. I'll post the Daily Stoic that I read this morning on my story, and it might be a fun thing to kind of use as a journal prompt today to kind of navigate what we're all going through and how we can protect what we let into our minds, because what we think really does become our reality to some extent. So again, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you to the people in the culture that created this practice that we all benefit from. Hope you guys all have a really great day. Bye.
How was it, babe?